It just took me all off. Okay, so today we are doing 2026 planning for service providers. So if you're into that, join me. What's up, TikTok? Y'all say hi. I'm going to introduce myself for anyone who doesn't know in a minute. But first of all, I need to do a little check-in. What's up with y'all? We getting into some planning today, and it's going to be interactive, or you can just sit and think about the things that I'm going to talk about. But I want you all to get into it and actually do the work, because this is going to set you up for a great 2026. So, first of all, who do I have in the room? Where are you from? All of that good stuff. Let me know. Where you from? Are you a service provider, meaning you provide a service to someone or another, and you'll be working with people in 2026, even if you haven't like really started your business already. What services do you provide? I would love to know. I'm sending out a message to my text list letting them know that I am live in the community and on TikTok. So let me know where you're from, if you're a service provider, and what services you're going to be offering in 2026. I am a software consultant and implementer, meaning that I help companies with their software, building software, offering software, telling them what softwares to use, and then I go in and I help them set it up. So definitely let me know what services you offer. Okay, I already said join me. So I'm letting the people on my text list know that I am live right now. So bear with me as I let them in on the live. And so today we're talking about planning. Who is that? Hey, Bourbon Street Bookers. What's up, y'all? What's up? Today we're talking about 2026 planning for service providers. What service are you offering in 2026? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm excited about this because I do this um every year. I do a planning for the next year for my community and everything. And this year I'm doing something completely different than what I've done in the past. And so while I am getting this sent off, let me tell you why. So in the past about year and a half, um, I have worked with 4,000, not personally work with, but people who have bought my courses. They're in my have 2,100 people in my community. So I've been working with a lot of people on starting and growing their businesses. Okay. And so while I'm talking, share this out. If you know anyone who's a service provider who plan on starting a service provider business, in the past I have focused on virtual assistants, but this year in 2026 I'm going to be focused on service providers in general, and more specifically helping them into the software industry. So give me some hearts, share this live out with someone, reach one, teach one, let them know that you care about them by having someone work with them on their goals for 2026. So share this out with them, and like this video so that other people can come back into it. We're getting into some deep stuff today. So step into it. Okay, we good. I'm in the group. My texts have gone out. Everybody know where I am. So hopefully people will be joining me here soon. So, like I said, I have come in contact with 45, 4,600 people this year who I have either worked with personally or they have bought my courses. And less than a third, maybe even less than that, of the people that I've worked with actually went through with their plans, actually started their businesses, started growing their businesses, actively in their businesses. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, am I not hitting the mark? I know my stuff be good. I know my stuff be good, y'all. I know it be good. But I'm like, what am I missing? What am I missing the mark on? Let's see if I open up this window a little bit more if I don't look so dark. But yeah, I'm like, what am I missing the mark on? Like, what am I missing? And so, what I'm understanding, or what I came to the conclusion of, was what really helps me. What helps me move forward? What helps me in my business? What gets me going? What, helps me to make money? You know, um, and so I'm just wondering, like, what helps me? And I had to do a lot of inner work. I had to do a lot of things that focused on me, Shaquana, in order for me to really move my business forward. I had to get like really deep into it. And so that's what we're going to focus on today. Like, who are you? What's your identity? And what old identities do you need to get rid of in order to move forward in your business? So that's what we're going to be focused on today. You guys are going to see me look here because I'm in the a new community, and you're going to see me look here because I am on TikTok. So that's what we're getting into today. We're getting into your identity. So, who am I? I am Shaquana Hughes, your service provider guide. And what I do is guide you on starting and growing your service provider business by identifying what your identity is. And that is going to help you start and grow. So, let's get into this training today. So, this planning session, if you look at the title either on TikTok or in the community, you'll see that this is 2026 planning. And typically when I do this training, um, what I do is I start off with reflection. And what we do is we reflect on what happened in 2025, where we were, where we were trying to get to, what we did well, what we did not do so well, and what do we want to take into 2026. And then we go into the 2026 planning. But today we're going to work on our identity. And I have notes here that I want to go through. So that's what we're working on. We're not necessarily planning a task, like things that we have to do. Let me write this down. Not planning tasks. We are planning our identity. And I probably spelled that wrong. Don't worry about that. Identity for 2026. Because that is the only thing that's going to move us forward. Okay. Um, I think a lot of us are overstimulated because of the economy, what's going on in the world, just all of that good stuff, social media. We're overstimulated. And so we want to get past that, and we want to be in a safe space with our businesses, with our lives, so that we can move them forward. So we're going to do some exercises. We're going to do 4 exercises today. Okay. And these 4 exercises are to help you plan your identity for 2026. So we're going to get right into it. I personally have been a service provider for 20 years. 20, 20 years in one way or another. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. And I've been in business for myself for over 20 years as well. And I've learned a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes, and I try to pass that information on. But today is about identifying or stepping into your identity so that you can start and grow your service provider business. Okay. So the first exercise, we're gonna do 4 exercises today, and I'm gonna do these with you guys in real time, and I'm gonna share what I can because this might get a little deep. You know what I'm saying? So the first exercise is your identity versus your intention. And I'm gonna use this side. And y'all can't see this because I'm writing on the wrong side. Identity. Okay. I was writing on versus your intention. Identity versus your intention. And yeah. So, hey, Coach Carissa. How you doing? So today we are doing 2026 planning and we are working on identity versus task. Because typically when you do planning, you are planning your task for the year. But we ain't doing that because them tasks be wearing us down. They bog our mind. We can't think clearly. So we're going to do things a little bit differently this year. Okay. So definitely share this out if you know anyone who is a service provider who is looking to lock in for 2026, who wants to grow and start and grow their service provider business. So definitely and give me some hearts, share this out. But yes, so the first exercise, we're going to do 4 exercises today. And the first one is going to be your identity versus your intention. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to write down 2 columns. We're going to have 2 columns. If you don't have a pen and paper, let me know. 2 columns, 2 columns. Like I said, I'm doing this with y'all in real time. If you don't have a pen and paper, let me know and I will pause for a minute. But in column A, you're going to write your goal version of you in 2026. What is your goal version of you? Not how much money you make, not what car you drive, what house you living in, none of that stuff. We're talking about who are you in 2026. And so that's going to be in column A. Okay. In column B, you're going to write what is your current identity. Okay. So, what is your current identity? So, who are you today? Like December the 13th at 12:39 p.m. Who are you right now? Okay. So, that's column B. Column A is your goal identity. And column B is your current identity. Okay. And so we're going to write that down. Okay. We're going to write it down, get you a pen and paper, and we're going to do this in real time. We're going to do this together. So I'm going to give y'all like 5 minutes or so to do that. So we stepping into our 2026 identity. Okay. So for me, my 2026 identity, I weigh 180 pounds. Okay. Today in 2025, I weigh 220 pounds. Okay. Do those align? No, they don't align. My 2026 identity is 7 figures. It is going to be my first $1 million year. My 2025 identity is 6 figures. Does that align? No. Okay. We not aligning. Um, so what is your income level? What type of clients are you working with in 2026? What is your visibility level? Meaning, how are you going to show up online? How often are you going to show up online? What is your decision making speed? Do you make decisions quickly? Do you make decisions slowly? Okay. And what are your boundaries in 2026? So I'm going to go through this again. What is your income level? What type of clients will you be working with? What is your visibility level? How are you going to show up, whether it be online or, well, it's going to be online in some kind of way. But I mean, like, all visibility doesn't have to do with social media. Okay. Some part of it is, but not all of it, right? But what is your visibility level? Whether you might go to a networking event every week, or something like that. What is your decision making speed? Are you going fast? You going slow? You gonna be in the middle? Okay, like when it comes to making decisions, like this is what I'm doing. How fast are you going to make those decisions? And what are your boundaries for 2026? And what are your boundaries now? Okay, here I'm gonna type these in. It's not letting me. Hold on. It's not letting me type nothing in. Okay, so y'all put, if somebody write the stuff in the comments, because I don't know what the hell is going on. Why I can't write stuff in the comments? Baby, these social media apps, they be having you locked up. They be telling you what you can do, what you can't do, how you supposed to do it. Okay, here I go. Okay, so this is what we mapping out right now. In real time, y'all do this with me, please. Your income level. Oh, okay. Type of clients. And when you think about the type of clients that you're working with, don't just think about like how much money they'll pay you. Like, does this person have integrity? Is this person nice? Are they pleasant to work with? Do they value what it is that you do? Right? Visibility level, decision making speed. I'm a quick decision making speed person. I probably need like a 1, 2, 3, like have a decision that I need to make, right? And then give myself like a day or 2 or 3 to decide. So those are all the things that we are working on right now. Your income level, type of clients you want to work with, your visibility level, your decision making speed, and your boundaries. A lot of these things I already have mapped out for 2026. Um, so my income level, we already talked about that. It's gonna be my first $1 million year. The type of clients that I'm going to work with, which I've already started on this, is clients that value getting things done quickly, right? They ain't got a lot of time to play around. They ain't got to think about it. They don't need 20 million people that they need to talk to before they make a decision. They value getting things done quickly. Mm, right? My visibility level. I'm about to be all over, wherever my clients are, right? So my clients are paying for speed. So they paying for, now they not rushing me or nothing like that, but they are paying for how soon can you get this done? I have a launch, I have an offer that I'm trying to push out. I have something that I'm trying to do. Okay. So how soon can you get this done? I'm going to pay you for that, right? So where are these people? They are online. They are on social media. Some of them are already on my email list, right? So these people are already there. They already there. Um, I know what their income is. I know what kind of clients they service as well. Um, and so those are all things that you want to know as a service provider. right? Especially if you want to make money, especially if this is going to be your first $1 million year. You need to know all of that. Okay. So, what type of clients? My clients have integrity. They easygoing. I'm an easygoing person. I'm hyper, but I'm easygoing. Like, you're not about to stress me out. Like, if you want to be stressed, that's you. But I don't want to be stressed. Definitely like this video if this information is helping you at all. Share this out with your friends on TikTok community, your business owners, your service providers, all that good stuff. My decision making speed, like I said, I probably need to give myself some time to think. And so that's what I'm gonna do because I'm usually quick. Like if I have an idea, I'm acting on that idea like tonight. Yesterday, the idea is done. Okay. So I need to give myself a day. And so that's what I'm going to implement. I'm going to implement a buffer in between decision and execution. Because the type of person that I am, I feel like the quicker I can get it done, then the sooner I'm gonna start making money, or the sooner I'm going to be introduced to the people that I want to do. But a lot of the time, my quick decision making speed distracts me. It distracts me and it pulls me away from the things that I already wanted to do or that I should have been doing. Right. So I'm going to give myself a buffer on my decision making and give myself like a day or two to think about it to see if it aligns with my goals and what I'm trying to do for 2026, if that makes sense. Right. Okay. And so I'm gonna give myself a buffer on that. And then your boundaries. Like if things do not align with your goals, and this is just not in business, this is personally as well. If they don't align with what you're trying to do, whether it be your savings, like if you're trying to save and your friends always trying to go out on trips, it's a boundary. No matter how much you want to go. And like for me, my very best friend, she likes to travel. And I have to tell her no sometimes, even though I feel like it might disappoint her or, something like that. Then there's just got to be that. I love you, girl. But yeah, we got to get it together over here. So, what are your boundaries? What are hard no's for you? When it comes to clients, I have clients ask me all the time because my services are a little bit pricier. They are a little bit on the higher end. They be like, well, can you just do this little part over here and it bring the price down? Absolutely not. Now, if I have enough people ask me that, then I may create an offer that works for me and them, that aligns with that. But most of the time, it's a no. Like, because what you're going to do is you're going to chop this up and then you're going to need all of it, but you're going to nickel and dime it. So I know that. So it's like, no, that's not a good idea. I know what it is that you need for this, right? So I got my stuff mapped out. Who else got their stuff mapped out? I'm good. But I kind of have a head start on this because I had kind of already started planning. Now I haven't done these exercises. I'm doing these in real time with y'all. I am doing these in real time with you all. So I haven't done these exercises, but I have an idea already. So it may take you a little bit longer. Just write it down, come back to it. Right. And I will say with those things, um, I am a little bit out of alignment with clients because I worked with in virtual assisting and sales and things like that. So I have some of those clients that take away from my ideal client. I'm putting that in quotation marks or whatever. So that's kind of out of alignment. My decision making speed is out of alignment. And I have pretty clear boundaries. So, right, my income level is out of alignment, right? So, once you know that you're out of alignment, my visibility is going to, I'm happy with the way that it's been in 2025 because I've been consistent, but it's going to be more like I very rarely go live on TikTok. But I'm going to go live more often and more consistently, right? So my visibility is out of alignment. So if you are out of alignment with what it is that you want, no matter how many goals you set, no matter how many tasks you put down for your goals for 2026, you're probably not going to meet them until you get into alignment. And that is why I am doing this versus planning out tasks for the year. Okay. The next exercise, who was cool with that exercise? Was that a good exercise? Or y'all paying attention to this? I need y'all to let me know. Who is a service provider? In the comments, let me know if you are a service provider, if you help people with their businesses, you offer coaching services. I work with coaches, consultants, and service providers. Okay. What did I say? Live trend report. Okay, so we planning for 2026. We getting that out there. So we doing that. So then the next exercise that we're going to do is we are going to map out our fears. So again, all of this for anyone who's just getting on, for anyone who wasn't in here at first. Hey, Indie Love, we are doing our 2026 planning different than what I typically do because what I have been doing has not been working. When you work with the amount of people that I have worked with over the last year, and I am not getting the results, my clients aren't getting the results, I got to go back to the drawing board and do something different, right? So I think that it starts with this. It starts with identifying what it is that you are struggling with in your business. And your identity is probably number one. Your identity is not in alignment with your goals. Okay. So, the second exercise we are going to go with is not fear mapping, it is your capacity and truth telling. Okay. So, let me tell y'all the purpose of this. Okay, so the reason why we are doing this one is so that you stop planning from a fantasy. A lot of us have a fantasy in our heads that we are planning from, and we need to start planning from reality. Okay, so these are the questions that I want to ask you. My sock is. Yes, I'm using a sock. Okay, don't be judging me. So, question number one, I want something that's going to show up better. The first question is how many hours per week do you actually have? Not want to have, but have. How many hours per week do you have for your business? I'm going to write slow because my handwriting. Hours per week do you have for your business? How many hours per week do you have for your business? If you have a job, if you have children, oh my gosh, this is such a good one because I think we go into this year as super women, as super men, and it's like, I'm about to do all this stuff, okay? When in reality, you don't have the hours to do all of those things. You might want to have those hours, right? Thinking fantasy versus reality, right? You may want to have those hours, but you may not have those hours. You may not actually have those hours. Hey, girl. Um, and so how many hours do you actually have per week for your business? Okay. So that's the first question. How many hours do you have per week for your business? Let me type that in. That's the first question. And if you have to guesstimate until you can really like get down deeper, okay, you got 5 to 7 hours. That's good. How many hours per week do you have to on your business? Okay. So how many hours per week do you have to spend on your business? For me, I have about 4 hours a day to spend. So me, 4 hours a day. How many hours do y'all have? The second question is what drains my energy the most right now? What drains my energy the most right now? And for me, it is implementation in my own business. I am a systems girly. I'm a tech girly. I can do all the automation and AI and all that stuff, but that don't mean that I work better in strategy and planning. So I work better like using my mind, figuring things out, coming up with a plan, right? The most right now. So I would say that's what drains me the most. Implementation. So actually working on the back end, actually working on the processes, actually doing those things is what is draining me the most. And it's actually I like doing it. I'm good at it since my baby is so young. She is stuck to me like Velcro. However, my job drains me most. Your job, most people job drain them the most. But they be needing them jobs. But that's good to know because that should, I don't know, light a fire. Light a fire. Give some likes on this live, y'all, so more people can see it. And share this out to anyone who is a service provider who you think may benefit from this information. Let me tell y'all, if you don't get this down for 2026, you're more than likely going to end up in the same space that you're already in. Very much so. Okay. So, what drains my energy the most right now? Okay. Number three, what am I pretending I can handle that I resent? Ooh, ooh, ooh. What am I pretending I can handle but resent? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I need to think about this. Marketing. Child. And I don't just market like on social media, which I said my visibility, I'm gonna get more visible, right? But marketing. Now I will tell you when I plan my marketing in advance and I kind of know what I'm scared like I try to stay like 2 weeks ahead. That's easy. When I outsource, marketing is easy. But yeah, I would have to say marketing for me when it comes to business. In my personal life, cooking and cleaning. And I'm saying my personal life along with business because they go hand in hand, y'all. You can't have one without the other. You can't do one without the other. It's all when you are a freelancer, independent contractor, a one woman show, one man show, whatever the case may be, it's all one, right? So, and if your life stuff ain't together, then your business stuff probably not gonna be together, right? So what are you pretending to handle that you resent? Okay, and then the last question for this exercise, this is capacity truth telling. So, meaning, what capacity do you have? Where are you in this space? Is where am I already at or near burnout? Hmm. Where am I already at or near burnout? So, the first question was, how many hours do I have to spend on my business every week? The next question was, what drains my energy the most right now? The third question is, what am I pretending I can handle but resent? And the last question is, where am I already at or near burnout? So let's say you got a line. This is most burnt out. This is least burnt out. Where do you fall here on this line? I'm gonna say for me, I'm probably down here. Yeah, I ain't burnt out. I ain't burnt out. Um, and so those are your questions for this exercise. We have 4 exercises. We are on exercise 3. Okay. Let me know if y'all have some questions, anything that you are struggling with. Um, that you may be having some difficulties figuring out. We can work it out together. Let me know if you're a service provider in the comments. What services are you offering? Maybe we can help each other. Let us know. And so the third exercise is, now this is going to be the fear mapping. Okay. So the reasons for this is for you to make your subconscious resistance conscious. So things that are in your subconscious, you want to make them conscious. Okay. So these are the 3 questions for that. Because a lot of the stuff that we have going on is subconscious, but we need to bring it to the forefront so that we can work it out. Okay. So the first one is that for that is, if I made more money, I'm afraid that. If I made more money, I am afraid that. What are you afraid of if you made more money? And think about this for real, because we probably all like, if I made more money, what would I do to be afraid for? But if you made more money, you're afraid that. If you made more money, you're afraid that. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. If I made more money, I'm afraid that I would blow it. So I said when we did the first exercise, this is gonna be my first $1 million year. I don't want to make $1 million and make poor money decisions with it, right? And so as it relates to my identity, I have to become a person who is responsible with their money and makes good money decisions. Okay, yeah. Okay. So let's be real with ourselves. Let's, not BS ourselves with this. We are service providers who are getting in tune with our identity so that we can make more money in 2026. That's what we're doing. Okay. So for anyone who's just joining, for anyone who does not know. So that's the first exercise. First question. If I made more money, I'm afraid that dot dot dot. What are you afraid of? Okay, the second one is if more people saw my work, I'm afraid that. If more people saw my work, I'm afraid that. What are you afraid of people seeing your work? Because this is a direct correlation with your visibility. A lot of us aren't visible because we're afraid of something, afraid that people are going to find us out, afraid that, people are going to see that we're not as good, or, we may not think we are. What, or, hey, bestie, I was talking about you a minute ago. She is in Africa right now, y'all. Okay, so if more people saw my work, I'm now this is one that I gotta think about myself. If more people saw my work, I am afraid of. I need one of them things that flip your words over. What are you afraid of if you became more visible and more people saw? If the person that we talked about in that first exercise, your client that you are really looking for, saw your work because you are more visible online, what are you afraid that they would see? Mm. And a lot of times, this is where a lot of people procrastinate. They get stuck here because it's like, I have to have it all together so that when they see me, I have it all together. And so I got to get it all together. But then by the time you get it all together, that thing you was working on don't even matter no more. So this get a lot of people stuck. So if more people saw my work, I'm afraid that, what am I afraid of? If more people saw my work, I'm afraid that one I got to think about, because I don't want to just say anything. I don't want to BS myself about that. So I'm gonna come back to that one because I'm pretty visible. I don't mind people seeing my work, but mm, yeah, it's got to erase on it, y'all. And I've been over here using this sock. Okay, and the last one for this exercise is if my business grew faster, I'm afraid that. So, based on your income codes, can y'all tell that all these questions kind of intertwine and go back with each other? So, based on your income goal, if you met your income goal for 2026, that means you'll have more business, right? So if your business grew to your income goal for 2026, I'm afraid that I know what this is. I'm gonna let some people down because, like, will I really be able to handle $1 million? Can I handle it? Is people businesses, are people gonna be asking for refunds, or they're gonna say this is not good enough? Because I've had that happen. in business, working in different capacities. I've had, like, this ain't what I asked for, or this is not a lot, not a lot. Most people rock with me heavy, like heavy, heavy. But I've had it happen. And like the hundreds of people that I work with that were 5-star, it will be them one or two people that will hold me back from reaching my $1 million year. So we really got to find that out. Hey, y'all, we're working on our identity as service providers so that we can make the most money in 2026. So we're planning. What is your nervous system trying to protect you from? I might start crying, y'all. I might start crying. What is your nervous system trying to protect you from? For me, letting people down. Being made out to be the bad person. What is your nervous system trying to protect you from? I'm telling you, y'all, this the stuff that's gonna get y'all to where y'all trying to go. Because once you identify these things, being a bad person. What is your nervous system trying to protect you from? What happened to you that will make you think that these things aren't possible? I'm not a therapist, just asking questions. Okay, so the last exercise, I think that's the last one. No, I got one. It's 5. Okay, so the next exercise is pattern interruption. So the first 3 were recognizing kind of what is wrong, I guess you would say, right? So then these next 2 are going to kind of disrupt those things so that you can move forward, right? So 4 is interruption inventory. Pattern interruption inventory. Say that fast 3 times. Pattern interruption inventory. So what patterns do you need to interrupt? Okay. So the first question for this is, where do I consistently stall? Where do I consistently stall? Marketing. That marketing gonna come back up. I consistently stall when it comes to marketing. I will have a whole marketing plan. I'll record the videos. I'll do all the things, right? And then won't post them. Won't send an email. Won't do the stuff, right? So I stalled there. Yeah, I'll say that. But it's probably some more areas that I stall in. Where you stalling at? Where do you stall in your business? Do you stall in the beginning? Like before you even get started? Like, I'm not even gonna start this. I'm a fail. Do you stall in the interim? Like, do you get stuck like on the planning process and it's like I'm planning, I'm not getting anywhere? Do you stall there? Do you stall with the execution of, once you plan, like what's next? Do you stall there? Do you stall when it comes to actually reaching out to clients, to actually marketing, to actually getting on live, to actually doing those type of things? Do you stall there? Right? So where do you stall? Okay. When do you usually lose momentum? I'm gonna tell y'all when I lose momentum. When that money ain't coming in. I done did all I could. I've been working. Where's the funds? Where's the funds? I'd be like, fuck this niche, where to find clients, etc. Mm. So is that where you stall or is that when you lose momentum? I lose momentum when that money ain't coming like I need it to be coming in. Like, because I know that I'm good at what I do. Like that I know. I don't have imposter syndrome when it comes to that. I know I'm good at what I do. And I know that there are people who need what I have to offer. Where's the funds? Okay. So boom. Okay. And then the next one in that one is what do I do when things start working? I slow down. I get in my own way. What do you do when things start working? I slow down. I'll be like, oh, I'm getting it. I got this amount of clients. I'm doing good. I showed up. I showed up this week 3 times on social media. I can take the next 3 months off. Right? Right? I did good. I showed up. I clown. I clown this week on social media, baby. I'm taking the summer off. You hear me? I'm taking all of it off. I'm done. So I slow down. I don't keep up with that momentum when things is going good. It's like I got the client. I'm good. I got, people coming in every day on my evergreen. I'm done. I slow down. When you need to go harder, honey. So boom, there y'all go. And then the last one on this exercise is what do I do when things get hard? Now I'm gonna tell y'all this. This when I go into beast mode. What do I do? Now I'll tell you one thing. This is where I shine. What do I do when things get hard? What do I do when things get hard? If y'all think anybody else need this, I have a fillable PDF. So if you want that, send me a message and I'll send it to you. So if you want this, what do you do when I get into my body? Y'all hear me? I be like, I am that girl. I'm getting it. Things. What do it say when things start working? Okay, and then lastly, what do I do when things get hard? No, okay, we said what I do when things start working. What do I do when things get hard? I shine. I shine. When something get hard, I'm going to. But you know what? This could not be. This could be a bad thing. Instead of saying I don't know what the hell I'm doing, let me find somebody who know what they doing. Mm. So when things get hard, I go in. It's like I'm gonna figure this out. I can do this. But everything probably not meant for me to figure out. Hmm. I go hard. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get that shit done. When I could have saved me time and I could have saved me money by getting somebody else to do it. Revelations. Revelations. These good exercises, y'all. Yes. 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 Okay. So boom, that. Okay. In 2026, when I notice myself doing this, I am going to do this instead. When I notice that something has gotten hard and I feel like I've got to figure it out, I'm going to see if there's someone else who's better at it instead. Because I could be wasting my time. In 2026, when I notice myself doing this, working my fingers to the bone, trying to figure something out, trying to become the expert in something that I am not, I will do this instead. I am going to find somebody else who can do it better than me, who don't have to figure it out. Right? Yeah, that was good. Okay, yeah. Okay, so regulate versus motivation. Regulate versus motivation. How y'all feeling about this so far? Do y'all want more of this type of stuff? Regulate versus motivate. Okay. So, oh gosh, this is an exercise for real. Okay, feet flat on the floor. Okay, we got to actually move our bodies. Feet flat on the floor, one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Inhale, slow, 4, exhale, 6. Inhale. So my feet are flat on the ground. One hand on belly, one hand on chest. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 6. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 6. Last time. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 6. So what that does is that it is regulating your nervous system. Regulate versus motivate. What decision would I make if my body was regulated? Oh my God. What decision would I make if my body was regulated? So if TikTok cuts me off, send me a message and I will send you the link to my private community anew. It's free. And I'll be in there. Okay. If you want the fillable PDF for this live, send me a note and I'll send you that as well. Okay. And so 2026, this is our 2026 inner contract. So we done did all the exercises, y'all. Now we finna make a contract with ourselves, not with me, with yourself, not with me. Okay, this for you. Okay. This is your 2026 contract to yourself. Let me know when y'all ready. Give me some hearts when y'all ready. Give me some hearts when y'all ready. Your 2026 commitment to yourself as a service provider who's going to make the most you've ever made in 2026. Okay. I will make decisions from clarity and not urgency. I will make decisions from clarity and not urgency. Okay. I will protect my capacity. I'm going to charge more. I'm not going to work with clients that I don't want to work with. I'm going to charge more and I'm going to protect my capacity. I'm going to honor my boundaries. I'm going to honor my boundaries. Yeah, we are getting in tune with our identity for 2026 as a service provider. Okay. I am going to move even when it is uncomfortable. I am going to move even when it is uncomfortable. Okay. Oh my God. And this last one, I'm out of here after this, y'all. I am out of here after this. This last one. I am going to stop abandoning myself. Case closed. That last one, that's all you need. So for your 2026 contract to yourself, I make decisions from clarity instead of urgency. I protect my capacity. I honor my boundaries. I move even when it's uncomfortable. And I stop abandoning myself. Thank y'all for joining me today. That was good. That was really, really, really good. So I'm gonna do more of these. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to do more of these. We getting into with our identity for 2026 so that we can get it done. Oh, I also have a training on YouTube with the training that I typically do for planning. So like your regular planning stuff. So like start here, go there. Let me know if y'all want that too. I'll send it to y'all. But yeah, this was really, really good. I'm gonna put this up on YouTube too. I'll put this up on YouTube and yeah, so that it'll be there as well. So I hope this helped someone today. It helped me. Um my call to action for this live is just to send me a message. Let me know what you thought. Put it in the comments. Share my page with somebody on TikTok. Let them know. Some if you're in the community, invite somebody to the community where this you think that it would help them. But yeah, this was really good. It was really, really good. And I appreciate everybody who joined me, who chimed in and all that good stuff. So until next time, I'll be back on Wednesday for VA chat, my weekly VA chat. I'll be back on Wednesday for that. So stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys then, I guess. Bye. This ain't Christmas, is it? No, Wednesday, not Christmas. I'll be here Wednesday. All right, y'all. Peace out. My community. This was amazing. See you later.